The real problem with AI is the idea of making everything easier. Because it does make some stuff easier. And I realize it's not about how good it is, how bad it is, all these things. It's the fact that it stops you from thinking. So if you're staying there in the hospital and not getting out of bed, your body's just getting weaker, not using muscles. Even sitting up in a chair requires some muscle usage. Staying in bed, not quite so much. Chair is worse than getting up, moving around, because again, you're not using muscles. And just laying in bed will make you weaker. That's a fact. Try to do some exercise in bed. It doesn't replace the fact of you're not getting out of bed. I think with AI, I realize there's definitely cases where it's helpful, a lot of cases where it's not. But I just tend to use it because it's easier instead of having to look through some articles, do my own research, think, right? I'm going to analogize it to using calculators versus using your brain. I can calculate some simple math in my head, but it's much easier to just take a calculator. It's funny though, because it doesn't save time using a calculator. I have to pull out my phone, open up an app, do some numbers. Oftentimes it doesn't actually save time, but it's just easier. Sometimes just if I am tired, yeah, it's easier. I give you that. And here's the thing about our brains, just like our muscles. You don't use it, you lose it, right? Your brain doesn't literally decondition away your muscles do. I don't think physically there's much in terms of changes, but you do. You lose it. I think that's the issue. Right now, AI, as in Google search, a lot of these chat things, a lot of them are used for not figuring out stuff so much as summarizing information. You can read it yourself and come to much better conclusions than the AI, much more accurate, I would say. But the AI is just so much easier, right? It's not so much are you using AI to compare 10,000 prices. I mean, shops already, comparison shopping sites already do that. We're using AI to compare a few things when I could have easily done it myself. For example, I was looking at glasses cost that literally a specific shop own days. It's not like looking at all glasses shops for all places in four different countries. I'm just looking at own days costs in specific cities in four different countries. That's really simple for AI. But realistically, it's actually quite simple for me to do as well. I just go to their version in different countries and look at how much the cheapest costs are. I could do it. The AI saves some work. But here's the deal. That's sort of easy and brainless. But many times, some other things require a little bit more brain power, and that's where AI comes in, and it's good and it's bad. Because AI could do a little bit. It may not be completely correct, may be partially correct, and more often than not, I don't need a great answer, a perfect answer, a real answer. I just need some gist. And AI could give me the gist of what's the best hotel redemption with points for this company. I could also try to look at some articles, find what bloggers have found, this or that. That takes more work, requires some reading, clicking through ads, because, blogs have lots of ads on them, trying to get to the real meat of it. But the thing is, this all makes me stupider. See, synthesizing information, summarizing, those are all skills that we developed in school and we have continued to use. We're here talking about using AI to summarize a chart so you don't have to look through all the details of our patient. Is it going to be accurate? Who knows? Is it going to be easier? Yes. Nobody doubts that. I remember in residency, my attending made me look through. It's like, supposedly this guy has AFib. Does he really have AFib? Why don't you look through all the EKGs in the past and see whether it's true or it's just one perioperative AFib? Because that doesn't count. And so you click through, you click again because, sometimes you have to actually pull the actual image. And you do that for a while and you realize, no, this guy does not have AFib. Could AI do it? That's a good question. If you assign a specific task, maybe. But if you generally just said, hey, summarize the chart, it would just say, oh, somebody mentioned AFib, the guy has AFib. What does it mean? How correct is it? Who knows? AI doesn't know. It doesn't care. You didn't ask it specifically. You have to ask it every single little thing. Are you sure? Absolutely. They hallucinate, lie, confabulate, whatever term you want to do all the time. And that's the thing, right? I fall into the trap of it being easier means it's better. It means my default. When we all know that just because something's easier doesn't mean it's better, doesn't mean it should be your default. In fact, many things are not easier and should be your default, right? I was talking to a colleague at work about how some doctors are sort of sloppy. And he's like, you can't just do that. I was like, yes, you can. Because the other stuff requires you to get up from your chair and actually go figure stuff out. That takes work and energy and effort. I don't know if you've been in a hospital. I find it funny how many doctors talk to their patients in the afternoon after they're already around in the morning seeing a patient on the phone. Like, our office is not that far away. It's in the same building. I mean, some hospitals in another building connected by a, you know, hallway. But either way, it's not that hard to walk. It takes a few minutes. I'll give you that. I don't know if you've exceeded your steps for the day that you're allowed to take. I don't know whose instructions those were, but basically, yeah, it takes some effort. But I'm pretty sure patients like it better. Your body doesn't mind. And so where's the downside? Like, are a few minutes going to matter? This guy just sticks around, hovering in that area when he may have to talk to patients, right? So he could be closer even. It takes me like a few minutes to go over, like 3. I take the stairs, so maybe longer than some other people who take the elevator. But either way, I think the real question I have is, why do you do that when you know, or I mean, you were told, and I'm pretty sure we would all agree that patient rapport is very important. So just go over there, increase your patient satisfaction score. Like, why not? Again, it's easier, right? And this thing, taking an easy life is not improving your life. It's not helping your life. If you just want to lie in bed and be fed by a tube all the time, I mean, that's the easiest way to do about it. But nobody thinks that's quality of life. But somehow easing out on using your brain is fine. I mean, if one day I meet these CEOs of tech companies who swear by AI, I'll have to ask them, are they thinking, are they realizing their brains are getting duller time, or what do they do to compensate for the fact that they use AI and, turn off their brain over half the day? Or do they really use AI that often? Or what do they use it for even? Is it more about figuring out, what restaurant to go to, which really doesn't matter, and I would say it's not really useful exercise of the brain anyways. But that's the thing. The real downside to all these chatbots, this new AI stuff, is it's too easy. That means my brain doesn't do any work. That means it gets stupider. That means I get stupider. And I don't want that.